Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunja Rasadass from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Nikunja Rasdas Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining the call. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devi Dasi from Orlando, Florida. Not been able to join because I was not well. Little recovery is there, but thank you, Mataji, taking up the services for greeting Monday and Tuesday. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Rupini Padma Mataji. Thank you so much for joining the call. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. I'm so glad you are back on track. Your health is better now. Happy to see you on the call. Yeah, I heard you chanting.
With all the devotees and your blessings, trying to open up my voice now a little bit.
Thank you, Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji. Yeah.
Krishna, Prem Nandini Mataji, and all the summer devotees, and Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shamarasika Devidasi from Germantown, Maryland. And just let us welcome Mataji for the accepting the service, because of the daylight saving, Puja Mataji, who was greeting on Monday, she was in Australia, so she couldn't, it will be too late for her. So for these 6 months, she will not be able to greet us. But Premanandi Mataji very kindly accepted the service. So let us chant 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Mataji.
Hari Bol. Let us say 3 times Hari Bol. Shamaraska Mataji is going to India for a month. Let us say 3 times Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Yes, I'm going tonight. So thank you so much, all the devotees. Please pray for us that I can do there whatever the things are going to do, so, and come back. And I will try to join every day. But yeah, sometimes I will not be able to join. So thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Surendra Prabhu.
Have a safe trip, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Shamarasika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining, Mataji, and we wish you a very happy and safe trip back home. And thank you so much for again giving me this service. I really appreciate. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else would like to announce their name? I see our speaker has joined. So if there's, all right. Mataji, should I start the recording?
Nikunjaras Prabhu will start.
It started Mataji already. By Manidhar Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Raghunandan Prabhuji, thank you so much for joining the call. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you so much for joining Everyday Chant Japa conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Raghunandan Prabhuji joining us from Virginia. Prabhuji is going to enlighten us on Canto 8, Chapter 6, Text 24, and he is also going to speak on Bhishma Panchak. So, Prabhuji, whenever you are ready, you can take over the call. Thank you so much.
Can you please give me co-host?
Yes, Prabhuji, I need to tell Manidhar Prabhu. Manidhar Prabhu, please make Prabhuji co-host.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvasesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, today's verse is Canto 8, Chapter 6, Text 24. यूयं तद् अनुमोदत्वं यदिचन्त यशुरासुरा न संरम्भेन सिद्ध्यन्ति सर्वार्थ सान्त्वयायत. Yum, all of you, tat, that, anumodadvam, should accept, yat, whatever, ichanti, they desire, asura, the demons, sura, O demigods, na, not, samrambena, by being agitated in anger, siddhyanti, are very successful, sarva artaha, all desired ends, shantvaya, by peaceful execution, yatha, as. Translation: My dear demigods, with patience and peace, everything can be done. But if one is agitated by anger, the goal is not achieved. Therefore, whatever the demons ask, agree to their proposal. There are no purports for this verse, but the context is the demigods have been defeated and their heavenly kingdom has been taken over by the Asuras, headed by Bali Maharaj. So now they have gone to Lord Brahma on how to overcome this reversal in their life. And Brahma did not have a solution. So he suggested, let's go to the shore of the milk ocean and pray to the Supreme Lord that is reclining on the milk ocean. And then we will pray to him and he will suggest what we should do going forward. So that's why they came, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, all the demigods, the Prajapatis, everybody, they have come and they prayed. And now the Supreme Lord is speaking. He is giving a suggestion. He is saying, follow this. What is he wanting to do? First of all, offer a truce with the Asuras. They will also accept it because nobody wants to keep on fighting. They also want to enjoy their life. So offer truce. So no more fighting. That is step number one. Step number two, invite them. Along with them, all the asuras and all the demigods, you all have to churn the milk ocean. And from that, so many things will come. But I want the nectar to be produced from the churning of the milk ocean. And that nectar is going to be given to you, demigods. But the asuras do not know about this plan. So just invite them, but this is what I have in mind. This is my plan. So please go ahead and extend a truce, a peace offer to the Asura so that the fighting stops first. And as part of that, the Supreme Lord in this verse is saying, patience is needed. Patience and peace is needed, and with those two, anything and everything can be done. But if one is agitated by anger, the goal is not achieved. So it's very practical instruction, very applicable. It's not only applicable to the demigods, it's applicable even to us in our current situations. We should not be making decisions when we are agitated or when we are angry, because we will not be thinking clearly. We will make hasty decisions that not only doesn't solve the problem, but it might even create newer problems. So being agitated by anger is not a good thing. So we have to be always strive for staying in a state where it is peaceful and we are not agitated. And we should also be very patient. Whenever there is a problem, what is the immediate impulse that we get? focus on the problem. We become obsessed with the problem. We want that problem to be resolved as quickly as possible. Immediately, as soon as possible. But patience is required. It takes time for a permanent solution to be arrived at. Are we patient enough? So that is why this verse has to be printed out and stuck on the walls in our home everywhere. And we have to keep looking at it. With patience and peace, everything can be done. But if one is agitated by anger, the goal is not achieved. So the Supreme Lord is advising the demigods, and through them, he is advising all of us. Be patient, don't get agitated, and don't be angry. And whatever the demons ask, agree to their proposal. Oh, you are asking for us to give up this. Oh, you are demanding this. But immediately our ego wakes up and then we get into the confrontational mode. But the Supreme Lord is suggesting whatever the demons ask, agree to their proposal. So let's continue. Na betavyam kalakootat visajjaladi sambhavat lobhakaryo na vojatu roshakamastu vastushu. Translation: a poison known as kalakuta will be generated from the ocean of milk, but you should not fear it. And various products are churned from the ocean. You should not be greedy for them or anxious to obtain them, nor should you be angry. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It appears that by the churning process, many things would be generated from the ocean of milk, including poison, valuable gems, nectar, and many beautiful women. The demigods were advised, however, not to be greedy for the gems or beautiful women, but to wait patiently for the nectar. The real purpose was to get the nectar. What a beautiful instruction. We all know when the milk ocean was churned, the first thing that came out was the most terrible poison that was like devouring the entire universe. So, when we are about to do an activity, when we are doing that activity, the first thing that comes out might be the most obnoxious thing that we were not anticipating or expecting. Oh, I started doing this. All these problems are coming into my life, so I will not go down that path further. And we stop. So that is what the Supreme Lord is advising the demigods. The most powerful poison, known as Kalakuta, will be generated first. Face it, overcome it, and still continue your task of churning the milk ocean. Same instruction applies to us in our lives too. When we are doing something, we might encounter unexpected challenges or unexpected challenges, but we should not back away. We should stay the course. We should stay the path. We should continue with our activity with full dependence on the Supreme Lord. That is the key point. And then, after the poison challenge has been overcome, there will be other challenges. It's not going to be deadly like a poison. It is going to be very attractive. All precious gems are going to come, all precious items are going to come from them, all beautiful personalities, beautiful women are going to come from that. Don't get distracted by those. So, similarly, when we are practicing bhakti, when we are doing chanting and hearing the holy names, the first thing that comes out is all the dirt that is buried lifetime after lifetime of many million of lifetimes we have gone through all the material contamination. It comes out immediately. We say, oh, it's yucky, I will stop chanting, this is so uncomfortable for me. No, but as per the advice, direct advice given by the Supreme Lord here, we should not do that. We should still continue. We should, because the more we chant, all the contaminations will go away, and then there will be clean thing remaining. Okay, that is step number one. And what are the subsequent steps? When we are practicing bhakti and when we are chanting and hearing the holy names, so many auspicious things happen in our life. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, right? Subhada, the holy name is bestower of all auspiciousness. It removes all our sinful reactions and it brings all auspiciousness into our life. So how does the auspiciousness look when it comes into our life? We might become more wealthier, more opulence will be there in our life, and so much recognition and fame we might get. If we get distracted by all those things and we get attached to those things, oh, wealth and opulence, oh, recognition and fame, when we get go after that and we get attached to that, we miss the main goal. Main goal of practicing bhakti is developing a loving relationship with Radha and Krishna. We get distracted and we get deviated. Oh, I want this, I want that, I want that, I am getting this, I am getting that. Oh, let me enjoy all the stuff that I am getting. The same instruction the Supreme Lord is giving to the demigods. All these very rare, precious items will come out from the churning. Don't go after that. Don't get distracted by that. Your goal is to get the nectar. So, even however tempting it might be, don't go after it. Don't be greedy for it. What a wonderful practical instruction, both the previous verse and this verse. Very practical. It's not only for the demigods that many millions of years ago it happened and it's applicable only to them. It's applicable even to us. Because in this beginning of this chapter, the Supreme Lord, before the Supreme Lord started to speak, when Brahma was speaking, he used a phrase about Dvija and mantra. And in that purport, Prabhupada was mentioning what mantra means. Mantra means that which delivers us from this material world. And then he adds, every word that is uttered by the mouths of the Supreme Lord is a mantra. So here the Supreme Lord is speaking these words. So all these are mantra, as powerful as mantra. Why? Because they are capable of delivering us from the material existence, from the material world. That is how powerful each word that is coming from the mouth of the Supreme Lord is. Every word that comes from him, from his mouth, is a mantra. It is capable of delivering us from this material existence. So we have to be that attentive, that careful when we are hearing, reading these words that are directly uttered by the Supreme Lord. And he is giving he is not talking about something very lofty. He is talking about like very preliminary, basic thing that we all can relate to and we all can apply in our life. That's how powerful these instructions are. So continuing to read, Shri Shuka Vacha Iti Devan Samadishya Bhagavan Purushottamaha Tesham Antardade Rajan Swachanda Gatirishwaraha. Translation. Shukadeva Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, after advising the demigods in this way, the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead The best of all living entities disappeared from their presence. Text 27. Ata tasmai bhagavate namaskritya pitamaha bhavascha jagmatu swam swam damo peyur balim sura. Translation. Then Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, after offering their respectful obeisances to the Lord, returned to their abodes. All the demigods then approached Maharaj Bali. दृष्ट्वारिन् अप्य संयत्तान् जातशोभान् स्वनायकान् न्यासेदत् दैत्यराट् श्लोक्य सन्धि विग्रहकालवेत्. Translation. Maharaj Bali, a most celebrated king of the demons, knew very well when to make peace and when to fight. Thus, although his commanders and captains were agitated and were about to kill the demigods, Maharaj Bali, seeing that the demigods were coming to him without a militant attitude, forbade his commanders to kill them. Purport. Vedic etiquette enjoins Grihe Shatrum Api Praptam Vishwastam Akuto Bayam. When enemies come to their opponent's place, they should be received in such a way that they will forget there is animosity between the two parties. Bali Maharaj was well conversant with the arts of peacemaking and fighting. Thus, he received the demigods very well, although his commanders and captains were agitated. This kind of treatment was prevalent even during the fight between the Pandavas and the Kurus. During the day, the Pandavas and Kurus would fight with the utmost strength, and when the day was over, they would go to each other's camps as friends and be received as such. During such friendly meetings, one enemy would offer anything the other enemy wanted. That was the system. Here, Bali Maharaj. Who is Bali Maharaj? He is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj's son was Virochana. Virochana's son was Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj, even though he was born in a demoniac family in the Asura dynasty, like Prahlad Maharaj, he was a devotee of the Supreme Lord. So we can see the difference between the consciousness of Bali Maharaj and his commanders and captains. Bali Maharaj was not agitated because just we read a couple of verses ago, the Supreme Lord was telling the demigods, don't be agitated by anger and remain always patient and peaceful. Because those things are in the mode of goodness. Not being agitated, not being angry, being patient, being peaceful. All those things are in the mode of goodness. Only for people in the mode of goodness, those things are possible. When we are in the mode of passion, we will be agitated more and will be prone to get angry more because those are the signs of the mode of passion. And the more we are consumed by anger, then the mode of ignorance also starts acting powerfully. So mode of passion and mode of ignorance are not conducive. So this indicates Bali Maharaj was not agitated. So Bali Maharaj was in the mode of goodness. Whereas the commanders and captains under him, they were very angry, they were very agitated. It clearly shows that they have been consumed by the mode of passion and mode of ignorance. So we also have to look at our symptoms in our life, whether we are getting agitated. Something happens in our life, immediately we get anxious and agitated. Something and we expect something, and that what we accept did not happen, we get agitated. And whatever we did not expect comes into, and then we get agitated for that. Always we are in the mode of getting agitated and anxious. Those are the signs that we are being influenced by mode of passion and mode of ignorance. And those are all the signs of being plugged deeply into material things, material desires and material attachments. We are so deeply connected to it. This agitation and anxiety, fear, all those things come. But when we are surrendered at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord or his representative, spiritual master or the devotees, then the symptom is we are fearless, we are peaceful, we are not agitated, we are not prone to anger. Krishna has so many different names. One of the names of Krishna is Abhay Charan. Abhay means fearless. Charan, lotus feet. One who gets fearlessness at his lotus feet. So that is Krishna. And Prabhupada was named Abhay Charan by his father. And then when he took shelter of his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he got initiation from him, his spiritual master named Prabhupada Abhay Charanara Vindadas. What an apt name for Prabhupada. Because the moment we surrender at his lotus feet and follow his instructions and guidance faithfully, sincerely, to the best of our ability every day in our life, we are also blessed with the same fearlessness that he had. So that is very important. And then, how come Bali Maharaj was accepting and the demigods when they were coming to meet him? Why was he not getting agitated like his commanders and captains? Yeah, he was in the mode of goodness, but it is also an etiquette. Even if the enemy comes to my home, I'll be welcoming and making them comfortable and offering them what they want. So that etiquette and principle also was being followed by Bali Maharaj. And Prabhupada mentions, oh, we can say Bali Maharaj pastime happened like in many millions of years ago in some past time, and such things are not possible in the recent. So just before Kali Yuga started, at the end of Dwapara Yuga was the Mahabharat events. So what happened? A big fratricidal war was happening between the family members themselves. Huge war. It's a real world war. Every army and soldier in across the earth planet, they all assembled in Kurukshetra. They were on the side of Duryodhana or they were on the side of the Pandavas. Everybody were assembled to fight. So when the morning time comes, the battle will start, and throughout the day they will fight with like intensity. But the moment the sun sets, they will forget everything, and members from the Pandava camp will go to the Kaurava camp. From Kaurava camp will come to the Pandava camp. They will just talk and laugh and have a good time. And next day morning comes, they will be on the battlefield and they will fight with like the same intensity. That was the kind of etiquette. For us people in Kali Yuga, when we read or hear about that, it looks like impossible. Because the moment we identify somebody as an enemy, we don't even want to look at them, we don't even want to talk with them. But that was not the etiquette that was followed even just at the end of Dwapara Yuga before Kali Yuga started. That's what Prabhupada is pointing out in that purport. Te vairochanimasinam guptam chasurayu Shriya Paramaya Justam Jita Sesham Upagaman. The demigods approached Bali Maharaj, the son of Virochana, and sat down near him. Bali Maharaj was protected by the commanders of the demons and was most opulent, having conquered the entire universe. So here it says, right, the son of Virochana is Bali Maharaj. And the demigods approached him and sat down near him. Bali Maharaj was surrounded and protected by the commanders of the demons, and he looked very opulent because he had conquered the entire material universe. He was that powerful. Okay, so we'll stop here our reading for today, and we are asked to speak about Bhishma Panchaka. We are in the Damodar month. Damodar month is the last month of the Chaturmasya. Before that, there were 3 other months where very strict devotees perform certain austerities in each of those months. And the last month is the Damodar month. And even in the Damodar month, there are the last 5 days that are used for glorifying Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev was a very great devotee of the Supreme Lord. Very exalted, one of the Mahajans. He is that powerful. He is that wise. He has that much devotion. So to glorify him, these 5 days have been recorded. What is the significance of these 5 days? The devotees that were not able to observe the Chaturmasya Vrata, because in each month they will avoid one item. In 1 month, they will avoid all the green vegetables like spinach and everything. And in 1 month, they will avoid all the dairy products. In 1 month, they will avoid urud dal. Like that, they will take austerities to control their mind and the senses. That is the intention. So, for some reason, if people are not able to observe the Chaturmasya Vrata, if they observe the 5 days of Bhishma Panchaka, the last 5 days of the Kartik month, they will get all the same benefits of observing the Chaturmasya Vrata. There are different ways. The Bhishma Panchaka Vrata is also performed. Very strict. People will take cow dung, cow urine, things like that, and they will not eat anything else. It's very austere, very, very tough for many of us to follow. So level 2 of austerity, people will do Ekadashi Vrata kind of a thing. They will avoid grains. They will just take fruits and very simple, meager stuff on those 5 days, and then uh, just like we do on a Ekadashi day. So many people can do that kind of an austerity. So they do that. But the thing to keep in mind is the intention is not just to do the austerity and lose the focus on the main thing. The main thing is to remember and glorify Bhishma Dev. What do we mean by remembering and glorifying Bhishma Dev? To recognize his great qualities and how great a personality he is, how much devotion he has for the Supreme Lord. So we have to read and hear about Bhishma Deva a lot in these 5 days. That austerity we can all take up. And then we can also increase our chanting and hearing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If we are chanting only 2 rounds every day, we can chant 1 more round, 3 rounds every day. If we are chanting 16 rounds, we can do 20 rounds every day or 17 rounds every day. Something like that, these 5 days. Chant and hear the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra a little bit extra than what we are doing. And then we can read and hear more. We can read Bhagavad Gita a little more. We can hear Bhagavad Gita classes a little more. We can read Srimad Bhagavatam a little more. We can hear Srimad Bhagavatam a little more. So those are important things to do. Not the other austerities of like, oh, eating cow dung, yeah, with this, or follow eating only Ekadasi Prashad. Yeah, those are good. Nobody denies that. But the main intention is for us to do a little more bhakti, to remember and read and hear about Bhishma Dev a little more. Because he's such, and we can pray to him too. Kindly bless me so that I can become a better devotee than what I am currently today. So those are the main key focus of the Bhishma Panchaka, the last 5 days. Because already the Damodar month is very powerful. Any little bit of bhakti activity that we do gets multiplied millionfold. So that powerful a month, and those last 5 days, if we, because we have to see who Bhishma Dev is. Bhishma Dev is a very great exalted devotee of Lord Krishna. And when we look at Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Yudhishthira Maharaj is so morose and heartbroken. How many millions of soldiers have died, and all their relatives are suffering. All this is because of me, to help me win back my kingdom. How how bad a situation is. Nobody, including Krishna, everybody is advising him. He is not pacified, and Krishna says, let's go to the battlefield. Bhishma Dev is lying on the bed of arrows there. He is the only one who can pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj, and Yudhishthira also has to learn lots of dharma from him. So this is the right time. The Supreme Lord Krishna himself put the spotlight on Bhishma Dev. Everybody. So the description comes, right? Krishna, along with the Pandavas, and along with Vyasadev and all other rishis and their disciples, everybody came and assembled on the Kurukshetra battlefield where Bhishma Dev was lying. Yeah. And then everybody heard the wisdom that was coming, the transcendental knowledge that was coming from the mouth of Bhishma Dev. Such an exalted, and right in front of the Supreme Lord Krishna, Lord Bhishma Dev, after giving all these transcendental knowledge to Yudhishthira, he then fixes his mind on Krishna, and he offers glorifications about Krishna. And that's when Vishnu Sahasranama was spoken by Bhishma Dev, because it was uttered by Bhishma Dev in the presence of Lord Krishna, glorifying Lord Krishna. So, and then with that, he quits his body. That's how an exalted personality he is. We have to remember him. We have to glorify him. We have to pray to him. And then we have to do a little bit of extra chanting and hearing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, a little bit of extra reading and hearing of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the main objective. So let's keep that focus on that. And that kind of austerity we can do. Because even chanting our regular rounds is an austerity for us. And to do a little more extra is an extra austerity. But let's take up that austerity in this 5 days of Bhishma Panchaka. Okay, that's what I wanted to say about Bhishma Panchaka. So let's see if there is any discussion on the Bhagavatam verses that we read, because there are so many nice instructions for us. So let's see if anybody is inspired by those instructions directly coming from the Supreme Lord.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very nice lecture, and I always admire your lecture. Sorry. One of the things you told us is just now I just spoken by Bhishma Pitamaya, right? In Kurukshetra.
Yeah.
On this time, like before leaving his body, right?
Yeah.
Very good information, and I started listening lately, and then I found this one is very useful. Thank you very much for your all this information and your lecture.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a nectarian class and for covering all, like, more than one verse and talking about how we can go into mode of passion and ignorance, uh, like, very easily. So, and I have experienced that, like, in last few days, like. But Prabhu, I'm just trying to understand that if there are certain circumstances where, um, like, I was expecting someone to come over, they wanted to come over with as a family and stay at our place. And I told them that, please come on Thursday so that I'll take a day off and we can, Friday, Saturday, you can be with us. But I got really, I was very anxious yesterday when they told me that they are coming today. Because I was worried that that was going to interrupt my daily routine of getting up early, and then, like, it will take up extra days, and I didn't want to compromise, and I was really anxious. So, like, how would you, uh, like, how can I understand that, and how can I avoid that?
It is a matter of getting prepared and practicing so that we are better prepared for all these unexpected happenings. We expect it to happen in a way, and we are ready for that. We are prepared for it. But suddenly the plan changes and something else is happening and we are not prepared for it. So we have to practice preparing for the unexpected. So the example that I will give is there is a viral infection going around. If we are not if our body's immunity is not strong enough, we are going to catch that infection pretty quickly and then we are going to be sick. But if our body's immunity is there and we have taken proper injections or something like that, then we are protected. So the point that I'm trying to highlight is we have to do the preparatory work. We have to be prepared beforehand, right? So yeah, this happened. Now we have not much we can do, but what I can do going forward when something unexpected like this happens. So we can keep doing our prep work for that so that we are better prepared, we are well equipped to meet with those unexpected changes in plan. We think that once we have discussed the plan is set in stone. That is not the way the material world works. The material world works in its own pace, in its own way, because it is the material energy of the Supreme Lord. It is independent too, to a certain extent, but it is working under the control and authority of the Supreme Lord, but it's very powerful. And we are these tiny little beings. We think that, oh, once I have made my plan is supreme. It is not. Krishna is indicating that we are not supreme controllers by these incidents. So that's one thing that we can take as a learning from this in repeated incidents like this. And then say, okay, I'm not supreme controller. Yeah, I have a plan, and the plan might go according to the same way I have envisioned it, well and good. But there will be situations definitely where the plan will not go as expected. What am I going to do? Am I going to cry foul? Am I going to get agitated? Yeah, there are last minute adjustments that we might need to make. But those last minute adjustments most of the times are not big deals. Only thing that is making us anxious is we are not prepared for it. And there are so many other things that we have to do adjustments for. But once we start preparing and practicing even for those things, even a change of plan is not going to be quite agitating as it is currently now. So I am not capable of doing that. That's fine. That there might be other devotees around me who are capable of doing that way, so we can work with them so that we can get properly trained and we can handle these situations correctly. And then because there might not be even devotees, there might be people who are very well organized. If plan A doesn't work, they have a plan B. Plan B doesn't work, plan C. So there are people like that who are not even devotees, but who are like very good managers of their time, managing all their affairs, every day-to-day affairs very well. So we can learn from them too, all these principles, and then we can practice, we can get ourselves equipped and better prepared, so that when things like that change, like, yeah, okay, I was expecting them to come on Thursday, they are coming today itself. Okay, I have my job, I have this, I have this, I have this. So how can I adjust it so that I can take care of all those things and I can take care of my guests as well? Is that helpful, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you so much. But the thing is now the life is so set, like you get up at certain time, quarter to 5, 4:30, whatever it is, and then you have everything lined up, and then in the evening you do some reading and you go. So when people like come, we want to host them, and then that
Yeah,
disturbs our routine,
your
and
yeah,
that
your
I was
intention is, your intention is to serve them nicely and properly, but at the
right.
same time, we feel there are so many other things already in the pipeline. I have to take care of that, and I have to take care of this also. But remember one thing: time is an energy of Krishna, and time is like a elastic band. For devotees, Krishna will stretch that time so that lot many things can be accomplished in this. Everybody has only 24 hours, but you will see Prabhupada and other devotees, they accomplished a lot in those 24 hours compared to me. How was that possible? Because Krishna stretches that same time energy for them, because they have been serving him, and he now says, okay, I will take care of you. So those are the things when bhakti plays a big part in our life in situations like this. So start devoting more time in serving Krishna and his devotees, and Krishna will give us the intelligence and also the flexibility in managing the time. He will stretch the time for his devotees. And then, oh, I am on a strict timetable now, but unexpectedly this guest is coming, and but still he will give us that intelligence and the flexibility in the time to take care of our other stuff in the timetable and also take care of them. Those miracles and magics happen even in our life. The only thing that we have to do is, okay, I will dedicate my little bit of time and energy in serving Krishna and his devotees, and Krishna's reciprocation comes in that form.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That was very comforting. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. From this lesson from the Samudra Mandran Leela, where the Devas are going to the Asuras, Bali Maharaj, should we learn that, in order to progress, sometimes we need the help of non-devotees and even atheists?
It's
Um,
not exactly a hell, but it's a coexisting, working together. Because when we go to our workplace, we will find people who are not practicing bhakti, who are not, but they might be practicing their own religion, or they might be even atheists. So we will have a broad range of people. So we have to work along with them. And then when we are interacting with our neighbors, again the same situation is there. So it is the matter of being inclusive. We are not going to be like intimately associating, revealing our private, confidential stuff with these people, but at the same time, we are going to be interacting and working with them. So I will not talk with anybody. I will not even interact with all these people is impractical. So that thing that we can learn, because the Supreme Lord is saying, go and talk to the asuras and then offer them truce, and that we are not going to be fighting and we want to do something together. So we need to cooperate and we need to work together for achieving that. So that's the instruction that was given by the Supreme Lord. Similarly, we also we are not going to go and have partying with our office colleagues or neighbors in our community. We might stay a little distant from that, but we will be working together with them in some form and we will be interacting with them in some form. So those things have to happen.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So we can learn to be inclusive, and if we give association, then they might also start their journey at some point because of some sukruti they might get.
Yeah. It's a
Yes.
service opportunity for us, and then we will be very subtle and but at the same time we are not getting into these intimate exchanges that Rupa Goswami talks about in Nectar of Instruction. That we reserve it to do only with few devotees.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Because yes, some places we hear that avoid association, and in pastimes like this, we see that we should do some association, with a bigger goal in mind.
Yeah, but we have to understand what association means. Association is what Rupa Goswami is talking about in that Nectar of Instruction verse. Dadati
Yes.
pradikrignati guhyamahe akyati prikchati. So that is association. Just just interactions or just working together is not an association. Oh, association means, oh, they will say, okay, let's go for a party. Let's go to a pub. Oh, yeah, I will go and hang out with them and I will drink with them. No, that is not association, right? We'll say we draw a line and say, no, I'm not going to do that. But I will work with them. I will interact with them in the office setting or in my community setting. So I have that interaction and I have that respect for that individual. That's it. But I'm not going to go and do these intimate exchanges. That intimate exchange, that serving, all those things, those are the things that come under the label of association.
Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you for discussing about Bhishma Dev during Bhishma Panchak. Now, Bhishma Dev is a very special personality, and he's kind of different from other devotees because, he was shooting arrows at Krishna in the mood of chivalry. Then he was fighting in the opposite side of Krishna, yet he is a Mahajan. So many contradictions are there, but still he's a great devotee. So,
Apparent contradictions from our perspective are there, but we have to learn to see him from the perspective of Krishna. Did Krishna say, you shot at arrows at me, so you are my enemy? No, he did not say that. Krishna accepted him as a great devotee and he glorified in this Yudhishthira pastime, glorified Bhishma, so that the entire world for generations to come knows how great a exalted devotee and personality he is. So we have to look at it from Krishna's perspective. He says, oh, there's a chivalrous rasa going on between me and I will accept it. So the moment Krishna has accepted it, it's fine for us. Yeah, there might be these apparent contradictions from our perspective. But once we start looking at it from Krishna's perspective and say, okay, everything is fine. Krishna accepts, I accept. Krishna doesn't accept, I don't accept.
yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much. And so everything that Bhishma did, is it justified? Like, in the Sabha, he was not fighting for Draupadi
No, was
when.
not. He got the consequences for that. He got killed.
Yeah.
And Krishna says, even if it happens to be Bhishma Dev, if somebody in Draupadi's position and he did not support, he has to get the consequences. It's not justified. Dharma worked properly. He got his due consequences for his decision and action, even if that person happens to be Bhishma Dev.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mandalat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhat ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Excuse me for my bad throat, I might cough. I've been sick past some time. Prabhuji, like it was only Bhishma Dev, no, who's the one who told Arjuna, sorry, to Krishna that do not pick up the. You said you will not pick up the weapon when he picked up the wheel. Was it him who said that?
No, he did not say anything. He was just appreciating. Oh, Krishna, how wonderful is my worshipable Lord Krishna.
So Prabhuji, who said that then? That you promised you will not pick up the weapon and you
No,
picked.
no, he is not saying that. That's what, hear me out. So what he is saying he is appreciating and glorifying Krishna. Is you gave a word, promise, your vow that you will not fight in this Kurukshetra war. You will not pick up any weapon. But when it comes to protecting your devotees, you don't mind breaking your own words. Oh, how
Oh,
glorious you are. Oh my God, how glorious is your love for your devotees. Bhishma Dev is swimming in ecstasy in that.
so Prabhuji, oh, thank you so much for saying that. I had a really different, I just, concoct, my mind is like, becomes my enemy sometimes and starts thinking. But, like, it is very, very tough. I can understand because, all of us are not coming from a background where everywhere around us, in the family, outside, we have devotees, and with Bhishma Dev, it is such inspiring for us, something like Prahlad Maharaj, because these Maharjans, these people, they are living among these asuras, demons, and they have to follow them. Even when Draupadi thing was happening, he had to just he didn't do anything, and then simply, but at the same time, they are keeping in their heart, where no one can see the heart of a person, a mind of a person, intelligent of a person. They were keeping they were like keeping Krishna in their heart. So I'm sure they got special mercy because Krishna knows that they're in that situation. And so it's as Kunti Maharani always says that keep giving me problems, so that way Krishna is there there with me. In a similar context, when a person like Bhishma Dev, Prahlad Maharaj, so many other Ravan's brother, they are all we say naam hai na, I forgot.
Vibhishana.
Vibhishana, sorry, Vibhishana, all of them in the situation, but they were still Krishna conscious, keeping Krishna in the heart. So definitely, it's so wonderful. So Prabhuji, my question is this: that how is it possible that in a battlefield, you can fight all day and the evening you become friends? Is this some kind of a miraculous duty that you're doing, and you're so detached that
That
you
was the
know?
kind of culture, that was the kind of standard and etiquette they were for practicing. We are living in Kali Yuga. All these things look beyond our imagination. How can these things be possible, kind of a thing? But that was the kind of standard they had. Imagine that, because they were in Dwapara Yuga at the end of Dwapara Yuga, but still they were in Dwapara Yuga. They are Dwapara Yuga souls. Their standard of consciousness and spirituality is much far higher than our Kali Yuga souls like us. It is mind-boggling and bewildering for us. How can such a thing be done? How is it possible? But those were the standards. That was the etiquette. It's like they don't even need to go to a university to get trained for that. That was like a basic standard.
Okay, yeah, that's true, because it's so difficult to switch your gear, when you know the person is an enemy. For us in Kali Yuga, if this person,
Yeah.
suppose we have someone who's got a like a demonic mentality,
But
and
even in Kali Yoga, we see some saintly personalities doing that,
yeah,
right? Who are imbued with bhakti and whose spiritual consciousness is much higher than normal people like us. We see that. We see Prabhupada doing that. We see Prabhupada's disciples. How many people are so spewing hatred when people go and do Harinam,
hmm.
but they tolerate it. They still are merciful to them. They don't wish any bad thing to happen to them for the way they behaved, even though it is justified. So forgiveness is a very exalted saintly quality.
And then I think it is a depiction of. I'm so glad you mentioned this. It's a depiction of real duty, because the thing is, Krishna is saying that, it's like, Wohana, there's a saying, hate the crime, not the person.
Yeah,
So basically, this,
Bible, Jesus
yeah,
Christ said, hate the
yes,
sin, not the sinner.
it's reminding me of that, because it's like, you go at the battle, you start fighting with them because it's your duty and you do the best. And then once the evening dawns and you are there's fighting stops, you just welcome the person, and you've done your job. It's like a very, very pure form of duty, which is not seen in the material world. I mean, of course, with Prabhupada is an exception, but otherwise in the real world, a person who's an enemy will always other person will always throw arrows, be it morning, afternoon,
That
evening.
is material condition. But
Yeah.
there are people who transcend that. That's why I said forgiveness. There are people who forgive what the enemy has done to them.
Hmm. Yes.
They don't hold it and burn with it. Forgiveness is a big thing.
Yes. And also, I wanted to mention for Prem Nandini Mataji's question, because I also get into that boat, and I feel that slowly, gradually, I've started accepting one thing. We might tell anyone that don't come this day, that day to our house. But the thing is, we have to understand every plan is destined by Krishna. And if Krishna wants that, that in our heavy schedule, we have to kind of do extra seva somehow or the other, then it'll happen. So we just have to kind of, in every small things in
Yeah,
life.
but that's a theoretical adjustment we are making in our mind. It's an intellectual adjustment, but
Yeah.
when the rubber hits the road, the reality is something different. So that reality takes lots of practice, lots of preparation, so that in go as we grow by practicing, then we become to a stage where we are accepting. Okay, things change. Okay, what is the best I can do given this situation? So we get into that mode. So it takes practice. It takes lots of preparation.
Yes, yes. And also all this selflessly serving people. Sometimes, unexpected seva comes in the temple, and we know we have very short time, or it's like, we have to take care of some aged person or a special need child or something. But the seva comes, we are doing, my heart is not there, but we are doing it because you feel, okay, chalo, some devotee has said. And then afterwards, we feel so happy, with that extended seva. So I think, it's Krishna's plan. And once we take it as Krishna plans, we become light. Okay, I will do my job also. I will take care of them also, because I also face that many times. And
When Krishna sees us making the effort,
yeah,
then he gives so much intelligence, so many resources, everything to make that happen and then to grow from that. So all those wonderful miraculous things happen. So we just need to be ready for such things to come into our life.
so, Prabhuji, one last question. I'm sorry, because I just came on the call after many time, and I'm like association of devotees here. This person Bhishma, he was basically given a boon by the father that you can leave the body when you want. So
Hmm.
I was that boon given by the father to him, although he was fighting from the opposite side, everything. But a blessing, a boon is coming from the father, which is also so powerful. And that only helped him to stay alive, to see Krishna, and then leave his body.
And as a,
Why was the boon given?
no, the boon was given because Bhishma Dev made a vow that he will never marry. For what? So that his father can get married to that girl.
Oh, okay.
So the father was so pleased, and he says, I bestow this. Because who will take away? Yeah, youth is saying, I will not get married because my father has to get married to this girl.
Did he give his youth to him, to the father?
No, he did not. But he sacrificed his youth for that purpose, for his father.
Okay, so who was the one who gave the youth to the father?
That was Yayati. That is a different story that comes in Bhagavatam. But Bhishma Dev said, I will not marry. He took a vow of celibacy.
Ah, okay. So father blessed him by saying that you can
quit your body at your own opportune time. But at the same time, we have to keep in mind, whenever Bhishma Dev is going to quit his, Krishna is going to be present with him because he is a devotee and he is an exalted devotee. So that is what Krishna does for his devotees. When they are quitting their body, he is going to be there for them.
Sometimes Krishna uses a devotee as, like, we hear about the Jaya Vijay, right? How they fought on the opposite side. But then sometimes also Krishna puts devotees in his own dear devotees on the side of the non-devotees.
No, he doesn't put. Jaya and Vijaya had that desire, and the Supreme Lord knew their desire, and he says, okay, I will sanction your desire to fight with me in that way.
Okay, but what about then Bhishma Dev? How come he was taking the side of the opposite?
No, he was not doing all you are going into all these mental speculation realm. Please don't do that.
Okay.
Bhishma Dev has one dharma. He said, anybody who is sitting on the throne of Hastinapur, I have to fight for them. That is his dharma. He knows it's not the correct thing to do. He is going to get killed, and everybody on his side is going to get killed. And he said, okay, I'm fine, because he understood Krishna is the Supreme Lord.
So how great he is that he knew this, and at the same time he had an opportunity to be with Krishna at the time of death. Amazing. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, because I'm not doing anything in Pancha Bhishma Panchaka. I'm not doing anything, but then I'm trying to hear. So little bit I'm trying to do something and understand the whole situation and how we can actually glorify and read about them, other than doing the other fast that you don't.
The intention is to increase our chanting and hearing, reading, and reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and hear about Bhishma Dev, pray to Bhishma Dev.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, I have exceeded my time limit here because I wanted to log off 20 minutes ago. So we have to put a hard stop here.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this nectar class. And sorry for the late. But yes, let's pay visit to all the Vaishnavas. Bhagavatam ki jai, Srimad ki jai, Raghuనందన్ Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Sorry,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.